Okay, today I want to talk about favicons. Now, if you don't know what a favicon is, it's these little icons that you get in the tabs. So whether you're on mobile browsing, you're on desktop, laptop, whatever, when you open up tabs, you can customize this icon, and this is known as a favicon. When you load a page that doesn't have one, so if your website on your web server, you don't have a file called favicon.ico, the browser's going to get this in the network tab. So the first time the browser makes the request, it's going to look for this file. It's going to make a request to the server saying, hey, do you have a favicon icon file? This ICO file, this is really just sort of a package with, inside of it, there'll be a couple of different sized PNGs that can be used by the browser. So we don't have to use that file name. We don't have to save it in the root of our web server, but that's where the browser will look by default unless in our HTML we tell it what to do. So what do we do here? Well, here's my HTML file. I'll just comment those out for a second. Up inside the head, if I wanted to add a favicon, so there's not one here right now, which is why we get the 404 error. If I want to add one, I have lots of examples here, and we're going to talk about all these different ones. I can put one or two, multiple ones in here to say, these are the favicons for my site. And it knows that it's a favicon because the relationship attribute says icon. Type is the type of image. This is the location and file name for that image. And then you can also specify sizes. Now it's going to be a square image. By default for the browsers, either 16 by 16 or 32 by 32. These are going to be the sizes that we want. I don't have a file like this at the root right now, so if I save this when I go back to the browser, there it is. It's failing. It tried to load those as the favicons, but could not find them. So I've actually downloaded here. I got this zip file off of a website. Inside of here's the expanded folder. I actually have a couple here. And if I drag these out to the root, there they are. So now they are actually in this location. At the root of my web server, that's the file name. That's what I've got right here. Now if I come back, and let's clear this out and empty cache and hard reload. There we go. Now I have my favicon here, and it chose which one that it wanted to load. So it wanted the 32 pixel by 32 pixel one. That's what got loaded. That's what's being displayed right here. So how do we create these favicons? Well, they are just PNGs. So you can use any graphics program to create them. Here's the 16 by 16 one. What I did was I used a website for it. There's actually a lot of websites out there that you can use to create these things. The one that I used right here, and you can play around with these other ones. They've got different features on different ones. This is one of the ones that I like. It's going to give me a choice of, I can give it images that I've already created, so PNGs that I've already created, multiple PNGs, and it will convert them into that ICO format. Or we can take text. So I can take a letter or a word and compress that. Or if you want to do emojis, they'll also do that. So the text one, this is what I did, was I just came down inside of here. I said, yeah, that's the letter, that's fine, I'll use that. And then I changed the font color to black, and I changed the background color to something like this. And that was my favicon. You can make it rounded, square, you can have circled, you can pick a different font. So you can see it changes the font here. And then download it. When you download, you get a zip file. So that's what I got here, this favicon.io.zip. Inside of that are a whole bunch of icons. So I've got the two that I'm using for the browser, but there's also other ones. These other ones that I've got inside of here, they're not specifically for your web page. What it's meant to be is, if you decide that as a user, I'm on this website and I want to click on this little link right here, and I want to, oh sorry, this is the Zoom one. There's another one for add. So you can add it to your home screen if you're on a phone, or you can install it to the desktop on your laptop. And you need to have a launcher icon. So the Favicon is the one that it wants to use, but we can create different sizes, and there's different tags that we want to use. So depending on whether or not we're on Android or iOS. So these ones with rel icon, those are the ones that you would use for your browser. On Android, in addition to these, we can also add these other ones. And these sizes, 96 by 96, 144, 192, 512, those are the launcher and store sized icons that we can have. So in addition to just the Favicon, we can create these ones. These also use the rel icon. For the iPhone and iPad, iPad mini, iPad Pro, all those ones, we want to use Apple Touch icon. That's the rel attribute that we're going to use. Still specify the sizes, and then we've got these different sized icons. Windows 10, if you want to install the application, these are the different sizes. So 70 by 70, 150, 310 square, or 310 by 150 is the rectangular size that it would use on the home screen for Windows 10. One last thing to note here, there is also this webmanifest. And if you're going to be dealing with a whole bunch of different icon sizes and you want the user to install your website as an application, or the link to your website as if it were an application, or you're building a progressive web app, a PWA, this file here, site.webmanifest, the file name doesn't matter as long as it's got the webmanifest file extension. This I'm going to be doing a separate video on, but this is what you could do. Inside of this JSON file, because it is the type is application/JSON, inside of here we would have an array of icons, and then you could define all the different icons. So the Android ones, the iOS ones, the Windows ones. These are the icons that get used when your progressive web app gets installed, or when the person just installs it as a link to open your website. All right, so I will get into a lot more detail on the webmanifest in that future video, but I will leave a copy of that webmanifest linked to in the description. There'll be a code gist down there. I'll have the HTML file. I'll have the webmanifest, so you can take a look and see what that is. And inside the comments here, all the different sizes, all the different tags, so you can play around with those. All right, hope that helps you out. And as always, thanks for watching.